Hello there, guys, and welcome to another episode of Second Life Electronics. Uh, Recently, we did another one of our Japanese mega haul videos showing you all of the latest stuff we've just imported in from Japan. Today, I thought I'd get some of that stuff tested. So we're going to kick off with all of the Sega Saturns. We've got 4 of these in all. 3 of these grey ones, and then 1 cream one. Might have originally been white originally, but it's very yellowed. All from Japan, so we're going to be using a Variac set to 100 volts. We've then got an AV cable going to our test TV, and because obviously they're region locked, we have a Japanese Sega Saturn game. So without further ado, let's get the test bench set up and let's see if these work. Let's see if we managed to snag a bargain and get 4 working Sega Saturns in that bundle that cost us just 120 quid for everything that we got in that bundle. Could have been the deal of a century or a major bust. Let's find out. Okay, so we've got our test rig set up. Let's got our first of the 4 consoles plumbed in. Power. Oh, doesn't seem very happy with that one. We're getting a flashing power light. We're getting duller and duller and duller. So there's a problem with the first one. Not having much luck so far. Let's try the second one. Okay, the second one we've got a power light and we've got an access light flashing. But we've got no signal out onto the TV. And the disc isn't actually spinning. Okay. So far, 2 for 2 seem to have issues with them. Which, I'm not going to lie, is pretty annoying. But we don't know yet if they're serious issues or not. Let's got a steady power light on this one. Again, we've still got no signal on the TV. That one's not very happy either. Let's try number 4. don't know. 4 for 4 of issues. This one's not even showing up as powering on. Just double check these. Right, so that one powers on. Doesn't spin the discs. No display out. Oh. This one looks like it's trying to do something a bit different now. Reset. Let's see what's going on. So this one's got a flashing access button, access light rather, sorry. You can see that it is trying to output something, but this is not actually achieving it. Again, the disc isn't spinning. And this is the one that's got the flashing power light. Okay, so I think we're going to need to set up a temporary workbench because we're in the process of moving a lot of stuff about to make room for the eBay business. And let's see if we can start working out what's wrong with these consoles. Okay, so as it turns out, one of the Sega Saturns is actually a different model to the others. This is actually a HST 3220, which is rather handy. I actually imported from Japan when we were out on our honeymoon, and I've actually already done a USB-C conversion on this one. So because I'm beginning to wonder if it's a power supply issue, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try switching the power supplies over and then seeing if this one then fires up into life. Because when I press the power button on this, although there's no power light that comes on, I can hear a faint buzz. So I'm definitely thinking that I think we've got incredibly unlucky, or perhaps lucky, depending on how you want to look at it. And it might be dodgy power supplies on all, but because those other ones are a different model, I don't think this power supply that I've got in here will work for those other consoles. But if this one then fires up into life when I put the USB-C power supply in it, then it just gives me just that little bit of extra confidence that the rest might also be the same issue. It is apparently quite common for the power supply that needs to go. And as obviously these are 110 volt consoles, what I'll probably do, regardless anyway, if they do need new power supplies, I'll probably upgrade them to USB-C power supplies, because then that means that any customer anywhere in the world will be able to utilize them. We're able to use it in their country without having to worry about step-down transformers or anything like that. I mean, even in America, from the 120 volts, apparently these can be a little bit sensitive to that voltage. No. and the lid should just lift straight up. So yeah, so this is actually exactly the same power supply that's in my machine, which is really handy. And they're nice and simple to remove, but on the other ones, it's actually a completely different design. It's actually part of the lid. So I'll have to buy in a power supply for that. Just unplug. Let's temporarily sacrifice my own personal console. And I wish the other ones were the same style so I could test those as well, but unfortunately that's not going to be the case. But we can only do what we can do. This has actually even got a 3D printed port cover. So these screws are proving a little bit tight to get out, but they're free. Yeah, so I don't think this is. In fact, it might possibly do multiples. The way that it's been designed. That's it. Plug this bit back in. There's my private fan. Just sit that back on there for now. Now I'm actually using a replacement charger I got for a Steam Deck. Get all the cables caught up now. It's still not going through. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely nothing out of that with the new power supply. So it's not the power supply that's the fault with that one. Hopefully it hasn't killed my power supply. I'm going to put it back onto my machine. There's a better check that now. Right, before we do that, let's put this power supply in to my machine. That'll then help us eliminate if it's the power supply that was at fault. Okay, so that power supply was fine then, because this is my machine, which is actually booting with the Japanese power supply. So let's leave that sit for a minute. Discharge that cap. So the power supply isn't the problem. So this one potentially might have a main board fault. We'll have to get into the main board on this one and check all of the pins are all okay. Make sure all of the capacitors rather all okay. Yeah, unfortunately, not just a simple fix like I was hoping for. I was hoping it was going to be just a case of putting a new power supply in, and that would have done it. But clearly, there's actually nothing wrong with this power supply, because it's working fine in mine. Which is weird. So it's plugged into this one. Where's that noise coming from? A little bit of weird squealing noise from that one. Okay, I think I'm going to have to do some more research and come back for a part 2. Join us next time. Goodbye for now.